Hello, everyone. Very excited to be here. So, today I'm going to talk about our work on Airbyte connection management at a scale that we have done at BlueSky. BlueSky is a SaaS solution company. Our mission is to make data efficient and simple and to make data drive more business value faster. So, how do we do that? So, uh, So currently we have a solution that gives data team full visibility into workload performance and cost, and then delivers recommendation to eliminate waste and improve efficiencies. So currently we are mostly focused on Snowflake, but in future we have planned to diverge to different data sources as well, for example, Databricks, etc. So at very high level, we synthesize signals from multiple layers, for example, query, warehouse, storage, to provide visibility into spend and performance, then provides actionable recommendations to accelerate our crucial performance related activities. So based on that, data teams can reliably optimize workload performance and reduce spend while freeing up data engineering teams to deliver business value faster. Next, I'm going to talk about Airbyte use case at BlueSky. So I will give very high level overview on what typical use case look like. So as I told you, currently our focus is on Snowflake, and we help our design partners to monitor and analyze their query types. So in summary, what we need to ingest is a lot of data that is sitting in customers as Snowflake, for example, access history, query history, right? These are some of the data sources that we want to ingest in very efficient manner in our premises. So we required in nutshell a solution to sync data between customers Snowflake and our deployed sources. So for example, Snowflake and BigQuery are some of the data sources we use for our analytics purpose. So I'm quickly going to talk about the current state of Airbyte at BlueSky. So we have two main type of connections. One is a Snowflake to Snowflake, and then a Snowflake to BigQuery. So Snowflake to Snowflake is mostly the raw ingestion that we have. And then we have second layer of analytics module, which sync from Snowflake to BigQuery. So currently we manage around 80 parallel connections, and we do have incremental copy for raw ingestion, and for derived ingestions, as in for Snowflake to BigQuery, we have full refresh. So one of the main thing that we have faced is that we keep on onboarding new connection. And for this, we have developed connection management software automation, which I'm going to talk in next few slides. So currently, just to give you guys a hint, like we have a deployment mode of Docker Compose, which is running on single box. So it works pretty well with low investment. We did enable proper monitoring on that, so which is helping us give proper signals during any errors or any warning signs. So next, I'm going to specifically drill little more details on the connection management scale, which is the main theme of this slide. So one of the few challenges that we started seeing once we have little more connections is people used to do manually onboard new connections, which are prone to error. Also, whenever new engineers used to join in, they have to know Airbyte in detail, which is not something which we wanted. As new design partners, new trial users on board to our solution, we wanted a better way. Also, going with current state of affairs, we wanted to develop something called infrastructure as code solution. So that's where we wanted our configurations of Airbyte to be stored in a code format to meet our both of the goals. So initially we explored automation via Octavia CLI, but we realized that there's some issues where we were hitting in normalization code path. So which made it pretty hard to further invest in this direction. So now coming to the solution parts. So we spent a lot of time thinking what could be the next solution. So we came across the API route path that is documented by BlueSky. So though it provides all the convenient APIs, we realized during our solution development that they are still evolving, and it is a lot of challenge to make them work correctly. So I'm going to talk about few challenges and our design philosophy around that, which can help probably others also who are interested in managing connections at a scale. So first of all, let me give about automation. So there are mainly two themes of automation that we were focused on. One is creation of connection, one is updating of connections. So the high level way we achieve creation automation is we started creating new source API, which is provided by Airbyte. And we templatized all of our Snowflake BigQuery in a YAML format. Now, and similarly, we started using destination creation API. And similarly, we temporarized Snowflake and BigQuery. Further, we used new connection object creation API using the above created source and destination. We create a new connection. This is high level process on how we automate it, but it doesn't work directly like that. There are some of the challenges that we faced, and I'm going to talk about that. First of the main challenge that we realized is that while on UI everything works seamlessly, but when you start using API, the schema from Airbyte code is different. Like when you start giving Snowflake schema to automation connection creation, it start failing. So after debugging a lot, we found that actually we have to convert Snowflake to internal Airbyte format. So we digged at Airbyte code base. We internally found that there is a mapping that they take care of. So we take care of that in our code base. And before creating connection automation, we use this. So this helped us to work on that and finally fix the issue. Second issue that we saw is that by Airbyte by itself has UUIDs. It has no notion of detecting duplicate logic so far, at least in the version that we were using. So sometimes people accidentally create duplicate connections. So to avoid that, we added additional logic. Like we made sure that our naming is unique across different design partners that we are working on, and we do a search call before creating new connections. So this helps us making sure that we always work with unique set of connections and source destinations. Second, I'm going to talk about update existing connection API and some of the challenges that we face. As we started onboarding more and more design partners, we realized that we also need a mechanism to update the existing connections, specifically say single design partner or maybe all of them together. So again, we thought about and we found that Airbyte provides as an update API route. Here, the key idea is that when we can create an update YAML file, their users, our engineers can come and give a connection or list of connection, and then we just do a post call to update connection. That way we can also keep track of what all we change. Again, going infra as a code philosophy. So some of the challenges in using update API is that since we are updating catalog in our post call, we realize that it's not a delta call which we can give, delta patch to give, which we can give to Airbyte. We have to first fetch all the metadata and then then add our delta and then trigger post call. This is something which we learned while making those changes. We didn't find too much documentation here, so it's something I feel is good to everybody know who wants to develop in this direction. So this is at very high level what we did for connection management. So far, it is working pretty good for us. We are able to onboard more and more customers without anybody to have a lot of knowledge on Airbyte. So next, I'm going to talk a little bit more on some of the scaling challenges on Airbyte and some of the things that we fixed. So some of the things worth mentioning, which we tuned is in our Docker environment is one is job main container CPU request and job main container CPU limit. So these are generally on per box, you want a Docker container to leverage as much CPU as you can, so you can tune some parameter. Also, we realized since we are running everything on single box, for us, it was bottleneck. So we increase max sync worker so that 20 parallel sync worker can work together. So these are some configuration we found useful for our purpose. Next, I'm just going to talk about some of the interesting challenges which are not fully fixed, but I feel if these are fixed, it will be a great addition to Airbyte. If they're already fixed, we can track that. We are not aware of that. At least these were the issues so far we faced, but we haven't checked recently. So one was a schema evolution issue. So we realized that sometimes BlueSky relies on custom view, which are static in nature. So if a Snowflake needs new column to those view, we need to manually update the view. Otherwise, our view got broken. So though this solve one part of the problem, there is a challenge that on destination schema, we still need to do some manual work, right? Maybe recreating a schema, doing backfill and all those. So Airbyte fortunately is tracking this like with this Jira 1967. So it will be great if we can have a fix to this, then that destination schema can be automatically updated. It will be, I think, very good addition. Lastly, there is on the scaling Airbyte, we hit very interesting bug, which I think other people have also hit, so worth mentioning. So one thing we observed that for very bigger design partners, if our replication run for more than 6 hours, we hit a pre-signed limit URL bug, which is kind of expiry URL from the S3 side. So I feel this is one important fix to go. I think from our understanding should go in a Snowflake connector used by Airbyte, but there's something which will be very helpful for community. So other way which we work around this is we started exploring if we can increase the rate of replication so that we don't hit 6 hour limit. So we explored a lot of ways. We forked Airbyte code, we increased fetch sizes, we played with different EC2 instances. Though we achieved some success in that, but I would say that there's still fair amount of work to be done in this area. So this specific Jira 15022 is something which I have open. It will be good to see community feedback and learn from them. So this is what I have to talk about Airbyte challenges and some of the issues that we faced. So far, it is working pretty good for us. Thank you. So if you are interested in reaching out to us, please reach out to getbluesky.io, our website, so you can learn more about our company. Thank you.